all good.
Good luck on the equation, buddy. Hopefully we see you on the golf course. Yeah, you'll be all burned.
Yeah, how long should I wait? He said 20 minutes.
20 minutes. That's comforting. I'm playing an
But I got here early enough. I think I was the first one here.
Very good. Yes.
Oh, and are you available tomorrow for an interview?
I should be. Yes, let's touch base. I'm going to be the advisory board meeting.
Okay.
So let's touch base and figure and lock in a time for the bar.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the groundbreaking on my podcast. I think I'm okay here.
Good, how are you?
Good, man. Good to see you after all these years. Oh my gosh. I heard that you were here.
Yes, yeah. Good to see you too. They're good. They're good. Yeah, my dad's training in Colorado right now. He's going back to international. So, yeah.
I'm glad to hug you.
Are you meeting with Arnie? Can you let me know if Steve can meet?
Okay.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah, I mean.
Hey, buddy.
Ernie Liezl Hall of Fame career spans 3 decades. With more than 65 wins worldwide, his accolades have earned him the admiration of his peers. But wins were replaced with frustration in 2005 as Els struggled in his personal life.
Golf is a tough sport, and you need to be mentally and physically there. And a lot of times mentally I was struggling a little bit.
All of us hit a low at some stage, and then as time goes by, acceptance comes and you learn to live with autism.
Els' focus shifted away from the golf ride and embraced hope in the fight against autism. The Els for Autism Foundation was created in 2009.
We had to start somewhere, and I really appreciate the support, a cause that's very close to our heart. So we really got to thank you guys.
Since the Els for Autism Foundation launched 4 years ago, over $15 million has been raised, reaching the halfway mark to fulfilling their dream, opening up the Els Center of Excellence, a milestone that Ernie attributes to the strongest woman in his life.
She's just the strongest person I ever know. You know, she's taken this thing on by the horns. A lot of times mentally I was struggling a little bit, but she really pulled us along, and with the center and the whole group of people that we put around getting our dream goals, it really come from her.
We have been able to start construction on our facility, which is extremely exciting to all of us.
Today we break ground in this magnificent Autism Center of Excellence here in Palm Beach County.
That's unbelievable. You know, it's a dream come true, so this is a monumental day for everybody.
August 2015, our first kids will walk into the school. It'll be a special moment for everyone.
From the beginning, there was a clear vision and a lot of energy and optimism, and what seemed mission impossible at the time is now mission possible.
You know, Ernie Els has accomplished a lot on the golf course, but those accomplishments pale in comparison to his impact on our community. Els and his Els for Autism Foundation broke ground today on an exciting new addition to the Els Center of Excellence campus.
This new purpose-built building is dedicated to adults on the spectrum. The mission is to empower individuals with vocational, independent living and social skills.
21 is kind of the age where everything kind of stops. There's not much more facilities due. So we wanted to be a little bit different and give them a place where they can try.
The staff is very dedicated, and we're going to do everything in our power to make it a great, rich experience so that these young adults can go out and successfully live and work.
When you're given a gift in life, you have to return. You have to just give back. And this is just a chance that we were given to give back.
It starts with the heart, and if your heart is open to helping, this is a classic example of a need that will never be satisfied in our lifetime. But every day, every week, every month, every year, we can move closer and closer to helping more and more people.
We know as parents how dear we feel to our kids, and you only want the best for your kid. That's why we really wanted to build a center. I don't know one day if I'm going to be remembered as a golfer or a guy, you know, that's actually taken autism to the public. And I like the latter.
Together, we are transforming the lives of individuals with autism by creating a world of endless possibilities.
Good afternoon, everyone. Wow, my heart is pounding. This is so exciting. I don't know how you all feel, but I'm blown away by what you two have, and your friends and family and community have built. Everyone, they've given me a script, Liezl, so don't worry. Oh, there we go. I am Michael Alessandri. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm currently the board chair for Els for Autism. I'm proudly in my 3rd year here, and we are in a time of great excitement and great growth and great promise and great opportunity. And today is just another celebration in a long line of wonderful celebrations we've had on this campus. I'm going to go off script anyway and just say I have had autistic people in my life for 44 years now. I met my first child with autism when I was 17, and after that one day, meeting that one boy, I decided to dedicate my life to this field. And I have never in those 44 years seen anything like what we're doing here at Els for Autism. So, round of applause for the dream, the vision, the execution of this project. It is monumental. And you can see, anyone in this room, take a walk around, see what we're doing here. It's, I take no credit for it. I'm just happy to be involved in any way. So thank you. I want to recognize James Williams. Where are you, James? Before we go any further, stand up, take a bow. What a beautiful piano performance. James is not only a gifted musician, but also a valued member of our advisory board. His insights, drawn from his own life experiences, help strengthen the way our foundation serves our clients and families and caregivers. So James, thank you for your talent, thank you for your voice, thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for participating in this thing that we're doing here. It's because of you and others like you that we are inspired to keep doing this work. So I'm really grateful to you. Also I'd like to thank the members of our advisory board that are in the house. Are you here? Stand up, take a bow. Maybe there's some online. You know, one of the most important things I think any autism organization can do is listen to autistic voices. So this is a very big part of what we do and how we operate here at Els for Autism. So thank you guys, ladies, wherever you are. It's been 10 years on this campus. I can't believe that. I remember pulling up and just seeing a bunch of dirt when I was on my way down from Orlando. I said, I'm just going to stop by and see what's going on there. 10-year anniversary for Els for Autism, a decade of progress, purpose, and promise. What began as a vision has grown now into a global hub where innovation meets compassion, where families find support, and where individuals with autism are empowered to thrive. That is no small feat. I think as many of you in the room are loved ones, people with autism, family members, supporters of people with autism, you know that there aren't a lot of places in this world where you feel welcome, where you feel acceptance, where you feel included. And so we have built a community here that not only allows all those things to happen on this campus, but this campus is a symbol for the world to see of what is possible if you simply give people an opportunity, if you give them a chance to be part of a global society. So we're proud to be the place that people are looking to for hope, for promise, for a vision of a better tomorrow. So I want to thank everyone who's been part of that all along the way. But no two people more than Ernie and Liezl. So I want to give them another round of applause. Please stand so we can recognize you. Your dedication to creating a world-class resource for individuals with autism has transformed countless lives. I hope you know that I get the good fortune as a professor. I don't know why I did that, but I am a professor. We're not always beloved. But I will tell you that I get the good fortune to travel around the world and meet people with autism, meet family members, go to programs, and people always want to talk about my role as a board member for Els for Autism. They're most curious about what we're doing here. So we think this is just a program that's based in Jupiter, but the global impact, people are seeing what we're doing all around the globe. And I think that's why we continue to invest so much in what we're building here, because it's a beacon of light, it's a beacon of hope. And people are taking inspiration and creating programs like this now to the extent that they can in other parts of the world. So we have to continue to be an inspiration to those people because they're looking to us to make a difference, to be better. Okay. Then one other person we can't forget, and I think he's watching, Marvin Jenkins, one of our other co-founders. Let's hear it for Marvin. Marvin is a very tough act to follow. I've not done it particularly well. He's really a force of nature. But I did follow in his footsteps as board chair, and I've tried to do him proud by leading our board into kind of this next phase of our growth and development. So Marvin, he's a remarkable person. I think how many of you have met him? Let's hear it. I want to hear about him. Okay. If you haven't met Marvin, please meet Marvin. He is a force. He calls me my Michael, which I love. So cute. He asked us to share a few words. So I'm going to read Marvin's words, if you don't mind. Over 17 years ago, Ernie, Liezl, and I started working toward what became Els for Autism. We secured the land and gathered ideas. Thanks to generous supporters, we are now celebrating a decade since opening. Our campus continues to grow with new features to support children and adults with autism. On behalf of me, Ernie, and Liezl, we're grateful to have built an enduring enterprise committed to giving our best to the autism community. With your ongoing support, the future holds great promise. Together, we celebrate the lives impacted by our programs. And while the past is significant, the future is even more exciting. So here's to Marvin, here's to the future. This is just the beginning, everybody. It might look like we're almost done on this campus, but I promise you it's just the beginning. Because the buildings are just the core of what we're doing here. We're changing lives, we're changing the way the world looks at people with autism. Inside these four walls of every building we have on this campus, something special is happening every day. So I want you to be proud to be affiliated with this program. I want to thank you for your support, and just stay with us for the journey. Stay with us for the whole journey. Thank you. I lost my place because I'm babbling. See, Liezl, I should have followed the script. I think at this point, Liezl and Ernie, would you like to join me on the stage? Come on. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. You're going to be there. That's what the script says. Do you have your microphones? Yeah, perfect. Thanks, guys.
Welcome, everybody.
My glasses on, I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses. But thank you for coming and welcome. I see a lot of familiar faces. I see a lot of parents here, a lot of teachers, a lot of board members, a lot of friends. So, this is another monumental day in our existence. I thought the video was quite good. Kind of put a lot of things together there. At the end of the day, as Michael said, we're all here in this room because of autism. We are parents, like many of you sitting here, and like we said, we just want the best for our family, for our kids. We wanted to help Ben, so we're going to help a lot more other people. We had Liezl had the vision. I was just kind of a bystander, but as a parent, as a father, Ben, we got Samantha right here, my daughter. You want to stand up, Samantha? She doesn't come to Florida that much anymore. I acknowledge Samantha. She's the biggest sister. Born in England. Both the kids, and with autism, there's not a lot going on in the UK. Second home here in America, and we just felt if we wanted to get Ben some really good help, it was going to be here in the United States, and we were right. There's been so much help, so much absolute help from all over this country, from Florida obviously also, but the outpouring of the American people has been quite phenomenal. We're South Africans and we live here in Florida, and without your help, this center would never be here. And you have to take that within yourself, because it's the truth. We came here with a vision, especially Liezl's vision. She wanted to really build something special, something that was going to really be long-lasting and really make an impact on families and people with autism, where they can feel comfortable within these walls. It was absolutely purposely built. And to Michael's point, we're continuing the journey, with today's announcement, today's groundbreaking with the rec center. It's just a
continuation of Liezl's dream, of where we want to go. We want to have the best facility for not only our family, but as I say, for people with autism right across the board. So there are so many people to thank. We have got an unbelievable team. Liezl's put this team together through the years, and they are committed to the cause. They're committed to your kids, to your family. I couldn't be more proud to represent this center and our cause. So a huge day. We continuing. I mean, I got Ben. I got him in the mornings, and we go for a walk on the beach. We have the side of the beach where we go walk is quite private, so we take a golf cart down and we go for our walk. It's become, one of these rituals now, in the mornings. Liezl walks the dog and I take Ben to the beach. And, just to come back to what it's all about is that I get to spend time with Ben, for about an hour and a half in the morning, because we have quite a good walk, then we swim, and then, come back to the house, shower him, get him dressed again, get him ready for the day. And that's what the recreation center is all about. Ben can swim. That's one of the first things we did when both kids were born. Get the head under the water. Get them to understand what the water is about. But my point is that I can spend time with him. I have the time and we have the means to kind of do that. The rec center is going to be another arm out of what we've done at the center here, is that it's something for them to explore again, something to learn more about, something that's going to help them in their life, in everyday life, and grow as people, as autistic people, and that's what we want. We want you to grow and flourish. We've got examples here in our room here from people that won our award. They absolutely took autism and took it to the world and showed them what autistic people are all about. They're actually a huge part of our lives. They've absolutely, in industry and in innovation through the years, have shown what they've done for the world. So we want to help that journey from a day-to-day basis. So our next project is the rec center, and we're not stopping there.
I'll fill in at the end. You have such a beautiful speech. I love when I can follow him, because then I just have half a speech left. For us, it has been truly a family journey with Samantha and the two of us and Ben. Sport has been such a big part of our lives, as you can imagine, with golf. Without it, we wouldn't be here today. It's helped us immensely. And moving to Florida, the one thing that hit right here was the heat and the humidity. Coming from England, it was quite a shock to the system my first summer here. And we quickly realized that outside, all we wanted to do was to show that our community, as much as everybody else, wants to be outside, needs to be outside. It's part of evidence-based practices. It makes you a better person. It makes you learn better. It makes you, have less behaviors. It's good for all of us to be outside and to be busy with recreation in general. But to do it in the heat of the summer is quite taxing sometimes, and I can understand why there's some reluctance from some of our clients to venture out and be active outside. So the fact that we are building an air-conditioned recreation facility is huge. And we know that not just our clients will be using it, but we can also help the community, and the community can use it. And in that way, we can help pay for the facility to be there. And the other thing that I think, and Ernie just mentioned, is the love of swimming, the love of water. And I lost a bet because we had a bet about the adult building going up before or after the rec center, because I always knew a pool was number one for me. As you probably, most of you know, it's our number one cause of death in our community is drowning, because our kids gravitate to water. It gives such a calmness and a quietness for them that they want to be in it. And to be able to give that pool and teach them how to swim, water safety, a little bit of play with the splash pad, just to teach them and to keep them safe for the future. I can't explain to you what that means to me, the ability that we will have that pool and that complex to do that for them, to give that back to the community. It was the missing link for us on this campus. So I'm, for one, extremely excited for that day. And like Ernie said, we could not have done it without the help of so many of you that are sitting here today. Not just our parents and our donors, but our community itself, our kids, and how you conduct yourself every day, our young adults, and going out in the community with a sea of possibilities. All of that is a testament to what we do inside here, and is the reason why people want to donate and keep donating, because you're proof that we're doing the right things in here. And I thank you all for that, and I'll give it over to you to bring up. Thank you.
Well done. Very good. I want to thank everybody. We got so many great people, as I said, but I want to bring up the CEO and president of Stanley Black & Decker and DeWalt, who's been a huge donor in not only the rec center, but into the center as a whole. Mr. Don Allen, would you please come up?
And a new board member.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you. I get your seat? Really? I can stand over there. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Ernie and Liezl, for what you're doing, because it is amazing what you are doing, and to see the journey in the video and hear about it as you describe it in different settings is just incredibly special. And it's an honor for me to be part of this. I too have family members that have been impacted by autism in my brother's family. And for years, I just saw them struggle with dealing with some of the complexities of that and just getting the support that they needed. And we as a family, all work together to really navigate that journey. I was not aware of what was happening here in Florida. And I was aware of Ernie and his golf career, and watched him flourish and achieve all the great things he did on the golf course. And so another board member, Gary Gaba, introduced me to this organization through the Golf Challenge. And myself and my company sponsor the event every year in Connecticut, which we'll be doing on September 15th. So those of you who want to be in Connecticut, come on up, play some golf with us. But I've been touched by what this organization does, and then I began to realize how much it does tie not only to some of the personal things that have occurred in my own life, but also the employees of the company that I've been so fortunate to be the CEO for the last 3+ years. And I've been part of it for the last almost 27 years. And one of the things that I've always said about Stanley Black & Decker is that there's 3 things that make this company what it is and make it great, or make it amazing, whatever adjective you want to use. It starts with the people, and then it's the brands that we have, and then it's the innovation that we bring to our end users. But it starts with the people. And it's not just talented people that do good jobs. It's people that really are invested in our company, our community, and each other. And when I think about the community side of that, and being invested in each other, autism has a huge place in that discussion in community. Because it is really about, in our community, how do we make sure that we're not leaving anybody behind? That we really are trying to help all of us be successful in some way, shape, or form, whatever way you define success. And as I've become more involved in the organization, I came down here and met Ernie and Liezl and I had dinner with Rob and a few other folks, because it turned out actually Ernie had pneumonia when I was down here. He didn't know it at the time, but so I really was taken back by what was happening here when I think about all those connections that I described to you about me personally and my company. And when I think about what they're continuing to do, the global reach that they want to achieve and have already achieved to some extent, it's just wonderful to be part of something that special. And so my company has donated $5 million to this recreation center. And I'm honored to represent Stanley Black & Decker. It's not me personally, it's about a company that actually was that generous, because what I found out as I got involved in the golf challenge, I got involved in what's happening here, is that there's so many people out there that have individuals that have been impacted by autism that you just didn't know. They come up to you and they say, you know, I have a son, I have a daughter, my brother has a child, you know, whatever it is, my best friend has a daughter. And it's amazing how many people are out there living with folks that have autism that just don't really talk about it in the general settings of how you interact socially with them. And as I've experienced that, I realized, well, this is really something that's going to have a big impact on our communities and on our world. And it's an honor to be part of it. And so I thank both of you for bringing me in and making me part of this journey. And I'm really excited about where we're going to go. We do need to raise more money. So I'm going to put my fundraiser hat on now. And you know, we need $20 million to build this recreation complex. We've raised over 12, and so we're 60+% there, but we still have $8 million to go. And so we all need to work and figure out how we do that and close that, as we like to say in the business world, close that gap to the goal that we're trying to achieve. But we can do it. And then we'll figure out what the next part of the journey is, because Liezl will tell us what the next part is. So thank you very much. I really appreciate being here and being part of this. And you're all wonderful to be connected with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Don, for your generosity, your incredible support and partnership. And welcome to the board. And with that said, I'd like to recognize our A-class board, first-class board. Where are you guys? Stand up, ladies and gentlemen. The board of directors of Els for Autism. Let's have a round of applause. Pam, thank you for decades, Pam, of service to this community. Fantastic. At this point, it's my pleasure. And I actually just met them earlier, the mom. So it's my pleasure to introduce a very special family. I can't see with my glasses, so I hope you're out there. The Websters and their daughter Mackenzie, who's an active participant in our recreation program. But their commitment doesn't stop there. Through their business, Puzzle Paws, they have set a new standard for inclusive employment opportunities for adults with autism. There they are. Showing what's possible when passion and purpose come together. Please join me in welcoming the guys.
Speaker, and I have the same problem with the glasses. I realized during my speech today that if I take them off, I can't see any of you. If I leave them on, I can't read what I wrote. So I'm going to do this when you just are fuzzy. We are the Webster family. Mackenzie is not here today. She doesn't like to go away from her routine, so she's at school right now. But my husband, David, is here, and he makes Puzzle Paws work. Thank God he pays the bills. Before I start with the rec center, they said that I could say a few words about Puzzle Paws. I went from legal world to a pet bakery, and it has been the best job I've ever had in my life. I've had the pleasure with working with the Els Employment Services, Logan, Howard, Haley. I can't see any of you, so. They've helped guide, they've helped us interact with our clients, they've given us pointers. It's just been amazing. So those are some of the things that we're not talking about today, but they are services provided by Els for Autism. The You Can Employ program, Katie, if you're out there, is another way that they're helping employers take on and hire individuals. So my hope is to move us closer to Jupiter. We're in Lake Park right now, but we do so much here, and my daughter's huge rec junkie, so we'd like to move up here, so we're working on it. But I wanted to take a few minutes just to recognize some of my employees that are here today. One couldn't make it, but my very first employee is AK. And AK worked with me for about 6 months. I want to say 4 years, but I think it was like 6 months. I had no idea what I was going to do. I didn't know. It's been 4 years. He keeps threatening to leave me, but he's not going to. It does. Yes, I'm a great boss, really. So AK was with me for 6 months, and he's just been the light of my life. I probably talk about him more than I talk about my own children. His parents are fabulous as well. They've been huge supporters of us. Our next person was Steven. Steven, you want to stand up? You're coming up with me?
Yes.
Okay, what do you do at Puzzle Pause?
I suppose I can dog eat treats.
You make the dog treats?
Yes.
What else do you do?
I'm in the inventory.
Yes, you do inventory, and he is fabulous.
Yes.
Steven has been really fabulous. He's a great team member for us. Sarah, who's not here today, she came to Employment Services. She didn't have enough experience to get a job. And the Employment Services here at Els just brought her in, and she worked at the Big Easy Cafe. And then we took her on as an intern, and we were happily to hire her last week, was her first initial week. Last but not least, we have Dominic. Dom, can you stand up, please? Can you stand up? Dom did JOT, on-job training, whatever that is. OJT, thank you. You're hired, AK. Yeah, thank you, buddy. He did that for a couple different places, and we were thrilled that we were actually able to get a position for him at Puzzle Pause, and Dominic handles all of our packaging and our stocking shelves. He does all the stickers, labeling, filling treats. He does a great job. AK is part-time management with ABT Toms, so he likes to tell people when they're fired or not. I told him I only get to fire people. But anyway, thank you employment team, thank you my employees, the parents. I'm so blessed to have Puzzle Pause and that you guys are my friends as well. So on to the wonderful rec center. We've been going to the rec center for 3 years, I think, maybe 4. When we first realized that Mackenzie was able to attend rec services, we were just like thrilled. But she had been turned down from so many different things that we were like, oh, wait a minute, should we really get excited about this? And then the phone call came from Erin, and she was like, hey, we were going to talk about Mackenzie. And I was like, oh, here we go. I knew it. Mackenzie's not just autistic, she's deaf. So it throws a loophole to some people about sign language and having an interpreter. And Erin was amazing. She was just kind, she was encouraging, and she was really excited to have Mackenzie at rec. Almost immediately, and I say that, almost immediately, Mackenzie was you could see her just lit up. She had joy, she was confident, she was doing things independently that she had not done at all. We were really overwhelmed as parents when the rec staff actually created a sign language book for all of the other coaches and clients to communicate with Mackenzie. So it became an instant fit and just a bunch of love from us. So I thank them very much for that. People ask me what her favorite rec activity is. She wakes up going yoga, yoga, yoga. But she knows her day. She wakes up saying first, backpack orange, school, which she goes to Dwyer, and then she has to make sure that it is backpack blue for Els, and she tells me what her rec services are. She knows them. Even I have to check the calendar sometimes because I'm like, oh, it's golf. And she's like, no, that's Friday. I'm like, okie dokie. But to say that rec is the highlight of her day, it's not. It is a mandatory part of her day. And we have seen so many changes in her. This year, the fall and winter was during our vacation with our grandchildren. We were whitewater rafting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to sign up. I'm like, it's dialing, it's going in circles. I was freaking out because Mackenzie would not allow me to not have her at rec. Luckily, rec services helped me out, so that was great. We can't miss it. But these programs offer so much more than movement. It's helped her build friendships. Increase her group participation. Because of being deaf, people left her on the side a lot, and she's really interacting with other kids and that social side. She's gained an independence, and seriously, she's just developed in ways we weren't expecting. Our family, I can't tell, but we're really excited about the rec center. It's nice that they're going to have a thoughtfully designed space for people with autism so that they know they're seen, they're heard, they're capable, and they're supported. We know that the people that will be able to attend there will be touched as much as we have, that milestones will be met, and their lives will change, their skills will change. It will change lives, you're right. So anyway, we are grateful to be part of this day. Thank you for having us. Thank you for everything you guys do. We very much appreciate it.
Thank you, Webster family, for sharing your story, for being so supportive of us at Els for Autism, for enjoying the REC program, for seeing the promise, and for being an example of an inclusive employer, which is really what we hope for. Everybody who has the opportunity to hire anybody should be thinking of neurodiversity and employment. There's so many opportunities. We just need more partners, and the world will be just a remarkable place. Now, I'm going to shift gears here a little bit and put on the hat I wear in my day job. I do have a day job. So my day job, I'm the executive director of a program at the University of Miami called the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities. Next year will be my 30th year, which is insane. But the point is, 12 of those years, I got to spend working with Dr. Marlene Sotelo, who is your executive director here at Els for Autism. Hopefully you all know her by now. She's quite undeniable. And so, little trivia, I got 12 or so, maybe 14 years ago or so, I got a call from a headhunter who was looking to hire someone for a program that was emerging in Jupiter called Els for Autism. And so I met with Liezl, came up, I think we had Mexican food for lunch. And I was like, this sounds like a great opportunity, and have I got the person for you? And I had to let go of one of my best friends and one of my best employees and partners, because I knew this was the person for this job. This was the time when, this is those moments where you know the person and the moment and the opportunity are perfection. And you have made me so proud. And I'm proud to stand beside you in my role on the board. This week, CARD, by the way, thank you to our state legislators. We're 32 years of continuous funding from the state of Florida, which is mind-boggling. Thank you. You're going to hear more about them later, so I'll save that for more. But every year we've started giving out an award because we've been around for so long and we have such a legacy of people who've been really gifted and been through our program and made a real difference in the community. This year, CARD gave out its Legacy Award, and Marlene was the honoree. So let's hear from Marlene. Unfortunately, you know, life happens. Marlene and her family had a death in the family, and she wasn't able to make the event. So today we just want to give her a lovely token of our appreciation, not only for the work you did at CARD for all those years, but for the decades of commitment to this community. And what you've done in your role as executive director here at Els for Autism is inspiring. Really inspiring. I think I work hard, but you have no idea how hard this lady works. For you, just a little token. Congratulations.
How do I speak now? I'm not quite sure. But it's people like AK and my buddy Steven and so many of our other amazing clients that are here and the families that inspire me every day. 11 years ago, I joined Liezl and Ernie in helping to develop the programs and services that all of my incredible staff deliver here every day. And it's been an incredible journey. And this recreation complex is a special project for me. It's going to be the first of its kind in the United States. I'll repeat it. This isn't just about fun. I mean, we're gonna have fun. This is about changing lives, about saving lives. As Liezl said, drowning is the #1 cause of death for children with autism. We have developed a proprietary curriculum called the Ernie and Liezl Els Game on Autism Aquatics Program that will very specifically and sequentially teach people with autism water safety and how to swim and how to have fun in the water. And it is because of all of you here that we're able to accomplish this. I'm so grateful every day when I meet families, when I meet donors, when I'm here with my generous board, knowing that you are going to save lives, and I thank you for that. And so the other part, as Liezl said, is the heat. I mean, it is getting worse and worse how hot it gets here in South Florida. So to be able to have the Stanley Black & Decker gymnasium, to be able to have year-round indoor sports so that we can't say, it's too hot, we can't do this sport today, but we can go inside. Instead of using the auditorium as our gymnasium, we'll have a dedicated space. And why do I say it's going to be the first of its kind in the United States? Because it's the first of its kind that will be Aspects compliant. Aspects is an architectural framework that specifically designs spaces with people with autism in mind. And every element from the acoustics, from the escape spaces, from transition spaces, safety, every element is being designed with people with autism in mind. And we are the model for the rest of the world to understand how to create spaces where people will flourish. And the great thing is when you create spaces such as this, it's not just for people with autism, it's for everyone to be able to flourish. And you get to be part of that. So thank you for joining us in this incredible journey of making the world a better place. And so just a few elements of the recreation complex. As Liezl mentioned, we're going to have a splash pad. We're also going to have a therapeutic area and competition lanes. And that was very thoughtfully developed because not everybody wants to get immersed in the water. So part of it is being able to sequentially expose individuals with autism to water. So in the splash pad in itself, we'll have 3 different areas. Each area will progress in the amount of water experience that they have. So then after the splash pad, they get to go in the therapeutic area, which will have different levels of height. And then once they're ready and they're swimming, I was a swim instructor in my other life, and they'll be doing the backstroke and the front stroke and the breaststroke. They'll be able to go into the swim lanes and have some competition. And we have a lot of safety features in the aquatic complex as well, because of the fact that we know that drowning is the #1 cause of death, and so therefore we want to make sure that there's only one way in and one way out. And so our wonderful construction company and our architectural group has helped us to ensure that all the spaces are very safe. Also, we're going to have, in the gymnasium, we're going to have the basketball court. There's also going to be a pickleball court. And we're going to have a fitness center. The fitness center is going to be the home to our Ernie Els Game on Autism fitness program. Because yes, why stop with one program when we can have 4? We have golf, tennis, fitness, and aquatics. And I believe the next one, Aaron? Yoga. And we won't stop there. And because of these programs, we've actually reached people in 38 countries. Yes, it's not just about here in Jupiter. It's not about just the state of Florida or our country. It's about changing the world for people with autism, and it's because of you, because of what you've done. So with that in mind, I want to acknowledge a few people. We are honored to have here our public officials. I see Representative Meg Weinberger here. Thank you so much. Meg is such a supporter of autism, supporter of us. She actually has employed one of our adults. She also is her Rescue Life Farm, which is the coolest place ever. That's where our adult day program also goes over there for special outings, and so thank you so much for your support. We also have representatives from Congressman Mast's office. And, drum roll please, the reason why we have $4.5 million from the Agency for Persons with Disabilities State of Florida is because Representative John Snyder and Senator Gail Harrell, please come here and thank you. And I'd like to invite them up to the stage for a check presentation. For 3 years, they have fought for us to be able to gain state appropriations. We're going to take a picture up here and the check presentation. Year 1, we got $1 million. Year 2, we got $1 million. And lo and behold, this year, $2.5 million.
Junior, Marlene.
Now, as Don so eloquently said, our future chairman of the board, press, but I said it out loud because I'm so joyous. It's been an honor to work with my friend Michael, and now I get my new friend. We need to raise more money, but before we raise the money, I want to thank those who have given, just like Representative Snyder and Senator Harrell, for your support in bringing us 4.5. I mean, that seriously catapulted this project, and we are very grateful. And we are going to make you proud to make sure that Palm Beach County and South Florida are on the map for changing the world of water safety for people with autism. So we will make you proud, if we haven't already. So I do want to thank Thomas and Deborah Weitzel for their naming of a splash pad. Also, Carl and Renee, you're here. Thank you so much for making sure that the DeLuca Foundation named the pavilion. We are very grateful for that support. And of course, for Stanley Black & Decker, the $5 million gymnasium, which also really launched this entire project. So thank you so much. And here I have the golden shovel. And Ross and Sue Spaviori, thank you so much for standing up and saying, I want the shovel, I want to be the first dig, I'm going to stand by Ernie and Liezl, and I'm going to show my support. So please stand up and be honored for this moment. All the way from Chicago, they flew in last night, and they are here with us for the long haul, Ernie. I spoke with them earlier, and I'm very excited to be able to help their family also, who has been touched by autism, and I'm looking forward to that partnership, and I'm looking forward to you putting that first dig with Ernie and Liezl very shortly, so thank you. So today we have a chance to honor our legacy and fuel our future, and we're going to do that by everyone in this building and outside, because you're going to spread the word, is to give whatever you can give. Every little bit counts, whether it's $1, whether it's $1 million. I like that one better. Okay? But every little bit counts because it all adds up. So on the back of your beautiful fan, because it will be hot out there when we take some pictures, on the back, and also on the display, you'll see that there's a QR code. I invite you now to be part of changing lives, of saving lives, of being part of a dream that I had the honor of being part of for the last 11 years, and God willing for another 11 years, I will be with this crazy lady, Liezl Els right here, making sure that we continue to celebrate the abilities of people with autism and the families that fight every day to make sure that their children have the best life ever. So get your cameras out, get your QR code, and give whatever you can and help us reach our 20 million. Let's hear it. I want to recognize our staff. All of you, please, the staff that's here, stand up or just wave. Without you, we can never make it happen. Every day changing lives. My facilities team back there, making sure it's beautiful for you. And I'd like to also recognize Liz, because Liz is our recreation manager. Liz, where are you? Stand up. Liz, we're building you a new home. All right. So it is time to close, and I hope I did not miss anyone. There are so many generous people, and Julie, thank you. Actually, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get up after you because you really touched my heart for everything that you've done. Thank you, David, as well. We are getting ready to close. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving. Thank you for being here today. We invite you to come out back for the first dig to take some photos. And then we ask you to join us for the Big Easy Cafe, which is also a vocational training site, and have delicious lunch. And don't forget to give. Thank you, everybody.